We're getting married this week. Not actually. We're actually filming this video a couple weeks prior to the wedding because there is no way that I would have time to, well, that we would have time to film and I would have time to edit this video during that week. But it is being posted the week that we are getting married. So this is just like a little bit of preparatory talk for the wedding. So I have like a couple different questions that I broke down into different sections about the wedding planning process. So I guess we'll just jump right into it.
I have no idea what these questions are.
I only know what some of them are. I copy and pasted most of them off of different websites and I read the first couple and I was like, oh cool, cute.
Great.
All right, so the first section is wedding planning basics. So the first question is, what's been the most fun part of wedding planning so far?
I think once we actually like pick out stuff and finalize things, then that's always like the little exciting part. Like it's stressful trying to figure things out and choose like vendors and stuff, but once we do choose one and we like finish signing off on that, like that's been fun. I
think the most fun part for me was like making our gifts for our bridal party and like asking people to be in our wedding, and honestly like sending out the invitations and stuff was really fun for me as well.
I like seeing the RSVPs come in.
What's been the most stressful part? For me, I haven't felt super stressed out up until probably now, which is like a month before, because finishing all the little details, like the day of schedule and decorations has been honestly the most stressful for me.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of those little details that are the stressful part. The payments are getting stressful. But
that too. Yeah. Who's been more involved in planning?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of equal. Like we each had like different parts that we were more responsible for.
Yeah.
For it.
I would agree. I think Damik has actually been very good about like the communication with people. Like I think you're typically the one who's been communicating with our vendors and everything. Where I do more of like the behind the scenes, like the schedule making and keeping us on track for all of the wedding stuff, I guess. So maybe you, but I feel like I do the more time consuming stuff. And you
I guess the website building took a long time.
Yeah, that is true. So probably Damik, honestly, if I'm being entirely honest. I think, I feel like I front loaded a lot of stuff and then it's like you and then it'll probably be me towards the end more so.
Yeah, you gotta figure out the decorations.
How did we pick our venue? So we actually only toured four venues. I don't know, I should speak for myself, but I didn't really know if I knew what I was looking for. I think it was more just in the flexibility that the venue offered, more so than how it looked. I mean, obviously looks was a factor, but I wanted to find a venue that was going to be like pretty relaxed and let us do what we want to some extent. And I'd say that was the biggest deciding factor for me in picking the venue that we did.
Yeah, I feel like online I looked at a lot, and to knock off some of them, either they just didn't offer things we needed, like either a very small guest count they had, or if they didn't have any of the dates available we wanted, or some of them the prices were just very, very high. So that knocked off a lot of them, and then once we toured them, I think we were pleasantly surprised by the price for this venue compared to some of the other ones we toured versus like what they would offer. So.
Yeah. And I know for me it wasn't, I know a lot of people like go into venues and they like fall in love and they're like, oh, this is the one, like it's so beautiful. I don't necessarily know if I felt like that with any of the venues that we toured, but maybe it was because I wasn't necessarily looking for that. I think, could I have found our absolute perfect venue? Probably, but I think it would have been out of our price range. And I think it was more just like, okay, I feel super comfortable here and I feel like we're going to be well taken care of. And that was like a bigger point to us. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What was the easiest decision and what was the hardest?
I think the easiest one actually was the venue, at least for like big decisions. Obviously, you have like little decisions you make, but for like a big thing we had to decide on, I felt like the venue was easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I would agree. The venue was the easiest for me as well.
And that, I felt like that also then made certain things easier to narrow down, because once you have a location and a venue and certain things that are allowed there, that makes other things easier. Hardest decision, I would say we were going back and forth on a lot of the vendors. The DJ was probably the one we spent the most time like going back and forth on. I would say outside of like that kind of stuff, maybe narrowing down the guest list was a tricky thing of like where to expand it to, just because of the size of our families. And then I would say that was probably the harder part.
I don't know if there was like a part that I felt was really, I mean, I would agree with all of those, but I think, I don't know, the cost.
Yeah.
I think just in general feeling like, is this price of this vendor or this food or whatever it was, is this justified? I think that was the hardest decision.
It was hard for us to stay in budget. Very easy to go over it.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the hard parts are yet to come. Just the final details.
Yeah, I agree. So the next section is a little bit about our love story. We filmed a whole video on this, which I'll link down below. So just like very briefly, we'll go through this. So the first question is, how did we meet? We met because my roommate, my freshman year of university, my roommate was dating one of his friends, and his friend was going to this party at his university and invited my roommate and all of her roommates. I feel like this is really confusing, over to his apartment for this party, and that's how David and I met on Halloween.
Yep. I have nothing to add.
When did we know we were the one for each other?
I feel like you knew like 15 minutes into meeting me. No. I don't know. I guess it depends on the one versus like, I felt like we started dating after a couple of weeks. Yeah. But obviously it took a few years to get engaged, so.
We both knew pretty early on that it was going to be long term.
Yeah.
I think honestly when we moved in together, which was a few years into our relationship and started actually doing life together, because we went to different universities, so we were kind of living life separately and then coming together on the weekends and just like doing fun things. I think that was when we had to get through kind of the hardships of living together and moving to a different city away from all of our family and friends, and we like stuck it out. I feel like that's when we kind of both were like, okay, I think this is it. Who said I love you first?
I think it was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
What do you mean you think it was you?
Okay, it was me.
Describe our proposal story. My best friend, maid of honor, lives in California, and David and I had been to California a few years prior together, and I told him Santa Monica Pier was one of my favorite places. So I went to go visit my friend in California without Damick, didn't know he was there, and she said she had like a photo shoot to do down at the beach. We got all dressed up, makeup, hair, everything, and went to the pier. And she was trying to take pretending to take a photo of me, having me look the other way. And then she was like, okay, turn that way. And I turned around and Damick was there proposing.
Yeah.
So he coordinated like flying out and doing all of that. He flew in one of our other good friends, and we all got to celebrate afterwards, so it was really fun.
Also a video on that somewhere.
Yeah, we also have an engagement blog. I'll post that down below as well. On to the next section.
There's a lot of sections.
Yeah. This section is about wedding details. So the first question is, what's the vibe/theme of our wedding?
I feel like our photographer put this very well. Like, I can't remember what she called it. It was like some sort of like classic modern,
like romantic elegance or something. Yeah, modern elegance. I think modern elegance or something like that. We're doing like a pearl theme as well, which we can share because everyone got their invitations already, so if they didn't guess that, surprise. But then I think like Damic style is very modern, and I think mine is a bit as well, but mine definitely holds a little bit more like tradition, like the timeless elegance. So I guess that's our theme vibe. Everything's neutral. The colors are all neutral, black, white, nudes, champagne-y colors. So any traditions we're including or skipping? We're skipping the garter toss, but instead, Damic is also going to throw a bouquet. We're going to have two little, like, just throwing bouquets made up, and we're both going to throw those. We're doing the anniversary dance, where all the married couples go out on the dance floor and they call out, like, how long you've been married. And the couple who's been on the dance floor the longest gives some advice to, like, the new couple. Is there anything else you can think of?
Not really. I guess if there's a tradition we're skipping, I just don't know about it.
How did we choose our wedding party?
Friends and siblings. Yeah. I don't know. Close friends and siblings.
Yeah.
That's about it, yeah.
I feel like it worked out well because we had kind of like an equal amount of people that we each wanted in the wedding. So, what's our first dance song? David doesn't even remember the title of it.
Is it not the I'll Be Seeing You?
No, he does. Okay, yeah, it is I'll Be Seeing You by Billie Holiday. I don't know that you, because usually you always sing it, but you don't remember what the actual title of the song is.
Names. No, I knew that.
He knows all the lyrics to the song, but he doesn't know what the title is. Apparently you do, but I thought you did. Are we doing a honeymoon, and where are we going?
Yes, we are. And we are going to first Italy and then Greece.
Yeah. We're going to be going to Rome, Venice, and then going from Venice to Athens, and then Mykonos and Santorini. Now, these are like funny questions, like funny wedding planning questions. Who's going to cry first on the wedding day?
You.
Probably me, yeah. I think I'll cry, like, just even in the getting ready process. Yeah. Who will forget something important that day?
Hope neither of us.
I feel like, honestly, it's hard to say because I'm so detail orientated with, like, lists and everything, but at the same time, I think it would be me. I feel like it would be me.
Yeah, I feel like you have more responsibilities than I do
that's true. Day. Yeah.
I just get dressed and show up.
Who has stronger opinions about the guest list / food / music? So I guess just things in general.
Probably you. Like, yeah. I don't care as much about music. The guest list, that was just a tricky one all around.
I feel like you had stronger opinions about the guest list and I had stronger opinions about everything else.
Yeah.
Were there any wedding planning red flags that we didn't expect? I mean, probably a couple, but they might sort themselves out.
Oh, like just things we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going way over budget.
That is one, I think, just going... we set a very unrealistic budget to start for the type of wedding that we wanted. We thought things were a lot less expensive than they were. So I think that was hard. And then there were definitely a lot of things where we were like, okay, well, you know, if we're going over budget on this, we might as well just do this because it fits with the theme then. And even like coordinating our photographer with our videographer, we wanted them to be like similar styles. So it's like, okay, well, we have to find people that fit those matches, and I don't know. I think a lot of things were definitely more pricier than I anticipated. One wedding trend we secretly don't like.
I guess the garter toss.
Yeah, that's not really a secret, but
oh,
I just think it's a little creepy.
I guess if we tell it, it's not a secret, so.
Yeah. Should I make the title of this video? Wedding Secrets Exposed.
Ooh.
This next one is like most likely to like a wedding edition, so it's just a couple, so we're going to point to each other. Ready? Who's more likely to go over budget? Who's the better dancer? Who took longer to write their vows?
I guess, sure. Yeah. Gotta put thought into them.
Mine are done.
Mine aren't.
Who's more excited for the wedding day? I feel like I'm really nervous.
I'm nervous.
Not for the wedding, but just like the attention. I don't
Yeah.
like that much attention on me, so I'm a bit worried about that. But
Good thing we had a big wedding.
who's more excited for the marriage part? This is sad. No, I feel like I don't know, like we've already been living together. Like I feel like it's not gonna feel any different aside from the fact that I'm gonna feel older because now I'm like, oh, I have a husband. Like, I don't know, that's gonna make me feel really old.
Nice. You get to wear 2 rings.
Yeah, I guess. Now it's to the real talk, honest thoughts section. What does getting married mean to you?
Some people get to file taxes together and share health insurance.
Some do, not
Some
others.
do.
I think for me it means really just always having someone there that you share your life with. You never necessarily have to feel alone in making decisions or facing obstacles. You always like have a support system person there with you.
I guess I feel like we've already had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, like, I don't know if it's going to be that much different.
Celebrating.
Yeah. Yeah, true. What are you most excited for after the wedding?
The honeymoon.
Yeah. I mean, I have a major work event 2 weeks after the wedding, so I feel like I'll be in, after the wedding bubble, just kind of like going at work, and then after that's over, it'll be like decompression time, and then we jump right into the honeymoon. So that'll probably be my next thing that I'm looking forward to. How do we handle stress as a couple?
Amazingly.
I mean, in relation to wedding stuff, I would say fine.
Yeah.
We really haven't had any like major fights or disagreements about wedding stuff. We've definitely had some like heated conversations of like, oh, I think this, I think that. But I don't think there was anything where we were like, I don't know. But I don't think we've faced like the big stress of it all yet. We also had such a long engagement. It's like almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
That I think we just got to spread everything out and we never felt that like pressure. I think we're starting to feel it as we get like, you know, that month mark. And so it'll definitely intensify. But yeah, I feel like overall, I don't know. Overall with stress, I think I definitely more internally need to process everything. Where Damick just wants to like talk it all out and fix it right away, and I'm more like, okay, hold on, let's take a breath here. What advice would we give to other couples planning a wedding?
I'd say definitely take your time on things. Like, I've seen some people that try and set a very early wedding date and then they get too stressed out. So I think we made the right call on not trying to rush to get married last year. It also just so happened by the time we were engaged, a lot of the venues were already booked for that year. But I think, having a longer engagement really worked well for like just spreading things out so that way you can actually enjoy that time.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like it's the advice that everyone always tells you, but like, do what you want to do for the wedding. Like, it's your day, and looking back, I think maybe there's a couple things we would have done differently or whatever, but I think ultimately it's gonna be lovely and perfect, and we won't regret anything after the fact. Final section is just some extra details about the wedding. What was the funniest thing that happened during the wedding planning process?
I don't know. Did anything funny happen?
I don't think so.
I can't think of anything. Wasn't a very funny event.
I don't think there was anything really funny. What does that even mean?
I don't know. Maybe we were supposed to make it more fun and lighthearted. Whoops.
This was kind of funny. When we were putting our save the dates together, I specifically told Damick, make sure you put a save the date in the envelope before sealing it. And he was like, obviously, why would you even say that? Do you want to tell him what you did, like, a couple minutes after that?
No, it was the final one.
It was
The final one.
and he put a save the date in the envelope, the pre-addressed envelope. So it's not even like, oh, it's cool, just like grab another one. He sealed it without putting the save the date in there. So we had to tape it.
It was fine. It was the last one. I was just so excited to be done.
Choosing the venue / wedding dress. We already talked about choosing our venue and like the date as far as that we chose for our wedding. I think we both agreed we wanted to do it in like August or September. We wanted summer, but we also, I feel like June and July are like such popular wedding months.
Yep.
And we want to get married outside, hopefully, weather permitting. And so Damick looked up which Saturdays in like August and September does it rain the least. And so we picked the day that it historically rains the least, so fingers crossed. As far as my wedding dress, I kind of did a get ready and chat with me talking about it, but I'm pretty decisive, especially when it comes to clothes. Like I'm either like I like it or I don't. I knew the style of dress I wanted going in. I actually had one picked out at the place that I went to, and I did like it, but I tried on a lot of other dresses, and I ended up going with a style that I didn't initially think I was going to choose. So I guess that's why it's important that they say, like, you know, try on different things. It still was very much a toss-up for me between like the original one that I liked and this like different style one, but I still feel good about it. I actually only went to the one place. I know a lot of people go to different places, and I thought about going to somewhere else for fun, but at that point I had already bought my dress. I was already pretty sure on it, and I didn't want to go somewhere else and be unsure. But yeah, I still feel good about it, so made the right decision. Any wedding planning tips?
I feel like we already
went over that, but
nope.
Yeah, just go slow as if you can. Take the time and really just like embrace every step, make every step kind of fun, and do it together, because I think that made it a lot more fun for us, is like actually sitting down and putting together all the invitations together and doing all of that. The last thing is to end with a message to our future selves or future wedding guests.
I look forward to seeing you all there. Everything that went wrong was not that important, and focus on all the good parts of it, because now we're married and that's all that mattered.
And I'm sure that it was a beautiful, lovely day. Danae, I hope that you didn't mess up your vows or trip down the aisle to very likely things that could happen to me.
Just manifesting it.
Just know that you enjoyed this time, this wedding planning time, as much as you could. We tried to embrace it as much as we were able to, and you know, even though it might be a little bit sad that we spent all this time, all these days of our lives planning up for this one day, only like a couple hours, it was worth it. Just know that. Well, thank you all for watching. As I said, after this video is posted, we're getting married a couple days after it's posted, so this weekend on Saturday. It'll be fun to watch this back though, like even a couple years from now, and see all of the stuff that we said, or even right after the wedding and be like, oh, we were so naive. I feel like we'll definitely do a video after the wedding, kind of reflecting on everything. Again, I have my big work event, so I don't know how soon that will come after the wedding, because I try to pre-film a lot of videos. But I think it'll definitely be fun to like reflect on everything and say how it went. So please like, subscribe. Thank you for watching this one, and we'll see you all in another video when we're married.